Right. Okay. So great. This is a flex budget question. It's a great question to be comfortable with. This original budget gives you gives you an idea of what the unit or the standard costs are, right? So this is sort of telling us, listen, the plan was to make 50,000 cans. This is the sales revenue. So we can find, you can almost say, listen, let me find what the cost of one can is. Think of it that way. And the selling price of one can is. So if I'm selling 50,000 cans for 225,000, I can tell you that the revenue of each can must be 225 divided by 50,000, right? 225 divided by 50,000, which is £4.50. So that's £4.50 per can, right? Then I can also tell you that the direct labor costs, if all the labor costs of these cans is 45,200, I can tell you that for each can it is 45,200 divided by 50,000, which is, well, 0.904. We probably need to multiply it straight away by this 45,000 so that you don't get too many decimals interrupting your program. But I'm just doing it the long way around so you can sort of see where we're coming from. And this is 0.728. And this is a fixed overhead, so we won't do that. We're going to leave that as it is because that is what the budget was always going to be, 74,800. It's not variable, right? So it's not variable. That's important. Okay, great. So let's do this. So for 45,000 cans, if each is £4.50, I now multiply the two. Yes, 45,000. The whole point of flexing is to make sure that we can compare like with like. So this could have been 5 million, whatever. The costs in here would have allowed me to find these costs and revenues. So now I multiply all of these by 45,000, multiply by 45,000. So doing the very first one, £4.50 times 45,000 takes me to 202,500. I do the same thing here, 0.904 times 45,000 takes me to 40,680. And finally, 0.728 times 0.728 times 45,000 takes me to 32,760. Now I can find my variance. I'm just going to change my pen color very quickly. And so my variance, well, there's the variance here. There's, I'm sorry, these are shaded out. So the variance here, of course, is the difference between this and this. So our budget was expecting you, based on you selling 45,000 cans, to bring in 202. You run in 207, so that's favorable, isn't it? That's a good thing. 207, 400 minus 202, 500, which is 4,900. 4,900 favorable. That's a good thing. Here we're expecting you to spend 40,680. You spent 46,160, so that's not favorable. 46,160 minus 40,680. So that's, I'll change my pen color for that. And that's 5,480 adverse. I mean, it's just the variances we're looking at. Here you should have spent 32,760, but you spent 31, so that's favorable. Just change my pen color back to red. So 32,760 minus 31,610 is 1,150, and that's favorable. And again, here it's just a straight variance between 74,800 and 75,300, probably purely due to some level of inflation, and that's 500 adverse. Right? Right, great stuff. And so I can work out what the profit from operations are simply by saying, well, this thing here, take away all of these, right? So I'll do 202,500. That's this thing here, 202,500. Yes. Take away all of this. Yeah. So deduct all of these three things from 202. Right. So 40,680 minus 32,760 minus 74,800. And that's 54,000 260. Right, so that's the first part of the question. Right? That's the first part of the question. The question then says, referring to your answer, which of the one variances has the greatest impact on the profits from operations? Right, and let's look at it. So, in terms of what has the greatest profit, this is adverse. So this will have this is the biggest number here. So I'm going to go with the direct labor and materials, and labor together. Let's see what they have in there. Direct materials and labor, yeah, that's definitely the one with the greatest impact. And what might have caused that variance? So the question is, what might have led to you having to pay more for materials or labor? It's an increase, isn't it? It'll be an increase. But here they're telling you this is decrease efficiency. This isn't good. An increase in material price, that's your best answer, right? Because it's adverse, isn't it? Great stuff. And that is 1.9.